And we always start by just connecting in with our body by warming it up. So we're just going to start with our feet and move all the way up to the top of our head, really. So just stretching out the toes, the fascia, feeling around the ankle, feeling those little clicks and cracks, coming up to the knee. We're just going to do some kicks here. And then we're going to come around with the hip. If it's too hard to balance, you can just, it's, you know, there's no right or wrong way. It's just about warming up the body. Okay, and we'll come to the other side. Stretching out the toes, feeling into the fascia on the bottom of the foot, the ankle. And then coming up to the knee, some nice kicks. And then the hip. Nice big circles. Go both ways if you like. Chuck your arms out, chuck your arms wherever they want to go. And we'll come up to the hips and we're going to do some nice big circles, feeling through the lower back, through the pelvis, through the hips. Just noticing if there's any stiffness in there. And we're just going to come into a nice forward fold and slowly release up through each vertebrae as we come to a standing position. And we're going to go to our shoulders. Nice big circles, bringing the elbows in. Hands, stretching out the fingers. And we're just going to do our neck now, some nice neck rolls. Maybe a few shoulder shrugs, just shaking out the energy. And then we're going to work it up into a nice little shimmy. So just really shaking it all. And feeling those wiggles through your body. Okay. And we're going to do some tapping, just tapping across our arm, back up the other side, just covering as much of our body as we can when we're doing this. This is just about waking up all the nerves through the skin, through the muscles, and telling our whole body we're going to be working, gently working. Down the legs. Up over the glutes. We can get some nice fists in there. Generally lots of meat around the hips. And if you like, we can do a little bit higher, go into Ming Men. So Ming Men is kind of like your body's metabolism. So if you've got strong Ming Men function, your body metabolizes well and burns energy and isn't sluggish. Okay. So we're going to get ourselves into a nice Qigong posture. So a good posture is shoulder width at the feet. The feet are firmly planted on the ground. We have nice soft knees. They don't need to be too deep. I tend to come quite deep because I like to get a bit of a workout. But you can absolutely stand, you know, with soft knees, just not locked out. So just normal standing. Hips slightly hinged, so we've got a little bit of a crease there. We're engaged through the pelvic floor, so if you can picture your perineum, you're just kind of a little bit tightening that up and you'll feel sort of this pulling up through the lower part of the belly into the core. We're then nice and open through the chest. So we're kind of crunched down through here, but open in the chest. We've got a little gap at our armpits, almost just enough to fit a little ball under there. Our hands are switched on, so they're not limp. They're just like that. We're breathing in and out through the nose. Tongue is connected to the palate of the mouth. Shoulders pinned back. We're suspended from the crown. So just feeling into the posture for a few moments. Seeing where your body's at. If you've got flat feet, you may need to roll out slightly to enable that openness through the thighs. And we're just going to breathe in and out, nice and deep into the diaphragm. So really be conscious of where that breath is going. We want it to come right down into our bellies, not into our chests. We're not breathing into our backs. We're breathing, aiming for our lower dantian, so the lower part of our abdomen. And we're going to just do some gentle rocking. So on the in-breath, we rock forward slightly. And on the out-breath, we rock back. So we're kind of just rocking from the heel to the sole of the foot with the breath, going at your own pace for just now, starting to get a feel for the posture, the breath, and that gentle movement. And when you feel like you have that nice combination, movement, breath, mindfulness, just want you to go, let the thoughts be soft and allow whatever comes to you to come. We've got this beautiful connection with nature. I can feel the wind upon my skin. I can hear the birds. I can feel the trees giving us shade. So really just take a moment to connect in with that really pure feeling of life that comes from all that is around us. And when you're ready, we're going to breathe our arms open. So taking a nice deep breath in and out. We're going to take about 3 breaths to get our arms to the open position. So we're just slowly inflating our bodies, using the breath to bring us into cormorant. So cormorant posture, we're nice and open, hands are pointing down, and we're just gently breathing. We're going to be here for a while, so if you're starting to feel that discomfort creeping in, the mind starting to say, oh, I don't like this, just use the breath to guide into that space. The breath will expand and disperse the tension. You can just send that shooting out of your hands. And you might actually start to feel, I can feel my hands warming up now in our CarinyahQiGong acupressure point right in the center of the palm. And that's our healing hands igniting, coming to life with our Qigong practice. Continuing with the breath. feeling that diaphragm pushing down on your organs as you breathe in, and then collapsing as you expand, as you exhale. And I'd like you to just do a little exercise while we're here. I want you to bring your awareness now to your lower dantian, so right in the lower part of your belly. So internal to that, we've got some intestines, and we're just going right down to the center, right down to your core. And I just want you to rest your awareness internally. You might like to have a little look around inside of your body, see the tissues, the muscles, all of the blood being pumped, being distributed, the food being processed, nutrients taken and kept in your body. Your heart pumping. Just spending a few moments really traveling through the inside of your body, getting to know what it's like in there. And on your next inhalation, we're going to turn our hands to face upwards. So breath in. We're now moving into Atlas posture. Pinning the shoulders back. Hands are about level with the shoulders. We're just continuing our rocking. When you're feeling nice and comfortable with this position, with the breath, with the rocking, I'd like you to bring your awareness now to just outside of your body. Feeling the different sensations traveling across your skin, through your hair. Having a little exploration immediately around you. Seeing what you can sense as you breathe and rock. Become aware of the other people around you, the sounds coming from life happening all around us. And on your next inhale, we're going to bring the hands above the head. And we're going to point down towards the crown. Exhale, sink down. Check your posture, just making sure you're still in a nice shoulder width stance. If you need a rest, it's totally fine. You do you. Do what feels good. In this moment, just connect the breath, the movement, the mind. And when you feel ready, I want you to take your conscious awareness and push it out further. Connecting in with the whole of the earth, all of its gentle happenings, If you like, you might like to push your awareness out into the atmosphere, into the clouds, past Earth and out into the cosmos. We are just a tiny little speck in this brilliant universe. And when you're ready, we're just going to really slowly bring the hands down. When you're ready, just gently bringing some movement to your body, some gentle side to sides. Feeling good? Yeah? Great. Okay, now I think we might drop into some drills. So we're going to do some squats. Squat, straight down, straight up. So we're going straight down and straight up, not bending over, coming into a nice squat. And if you can only go to here, that's fine. If you want to go all the way, you can go all the way, but it's totally at your own level, whatever you want to achieve out of today. But yeah, they're squats, so you do work a little bit with these ones. So we're just going to squat down first, so squatting and then coming back up, coming down again. And this time we're going to add a scoop in. So we're going to squat down, we're going to scoop, bring the scoop up to our sternum, turn hands over, push down. Okay. Squatting down, breath in, breathing hands all the way up to the sternum, turn the hands over, breathe out, push down. And one more time, squat down, breath comes all the way up to the sternum, hands turn over, push down. We're going to go down again. So squatting down, grabbing your big handful of chi, and we're going to come up onto the toes. Hands come a little higher, then they turn over, breath out, coming back down. Again, squatting, breath in, hands come up onto the toes and back down. I'm real wobbly today. Breath in, scooping up, pushing down, packing the chi. And we'll do one more here. Up to the chest, hands turn over. This time we're going to squat down and we're going to bring the hands, so squatting, the hands come up and out. So we scoop and distribute the chi, okay? So squat down, breath in, bringing the hands up, breath out, squat down, scoop, breath out, distribute the chi, and scoop, This time we're going to go on our toes again. So scooping, breath in, coming all the way up and spreading the chi. We'll do one more here. Breath in, scooping and distributing. Back to position, and we're going to, this time, scooping all the way up and over. So, squatting down, scoop, breath in, hands come all the way up and spread. I did come up on my toes that time, I wasn't supposed to. We're going to practice a few times first. Breath in, bringing your hands all the way up and spreading all the way out. Oh, that wasn't part of the move. That was me slapping an ant. Okay, and we're going to come on the toes this time. So scoop, breath in, up onto the toes and spreading all the way out. Scooping, breath in, nice big stretch all the way out. Really take your body to its limit in this next one. We want to stretch as far as we can and coming down. We'll go one more time. Wiggle my fingers because I love a good wiggle. Okay. So we're going to, these are a few things that I've kind of just made up myself, so they don't have names. Dancer, maybe? Okay, so it's basically breath in, breath out, breath in, breath out, and then we're going to do both arms together. We're going to do a scoop and both arms together, like heaven and earth. The one, scoop heaven. Oh, I can't remember the name. There's so many names. Just follow along, you'll be right. Okay, so we're going to do breath in, all the way up, breath out. Breath in, breath out. And then we're going to scoop, breath in, breath out. Breath in and out. Go again. It sounds kind of eerie, but also nice, doesn't it? We'll go one more time. Okay. So, Zhan Zhuan, our standing meditation, a few little drills just to move the body, and now we're going to go into a Qigong flow. So, yeah, my harp likes it.
It doesn't normally do that, does it?
Yeah, if it does, if it's
You normally have it standing on that chair like that, though.
I don't think so. I think I've had it one time. I remember it doing that. Okay. So we're going to find our nice posture. Just need to look at the time. Okay, so shoulder width, soft knees, hinged hips, engaged through the core, armpits slightly open, hands active, tongue on the upper palate. Smile, if you like. We're going to rock, do a little bit of chi rocking. So breath in, breath out, breath in and out. And then we're going to open up around the kwa. So we've got a big barrel in front of us. We're going to wrap our hands around. Breath in, breath out. So our hands are kind of facing away from us as they go around the barrel. And then they point towards us as they come down. One more time. And we're going to breathe. Preparation. Breath in, rock forward. Breath out, rock back. And one more time. And then we're going to go into water wheels. So breath in, hands come up and around. Breath out. Coming back to start position. And we are going to wave hands in clouds. So breath in, breath out. No, this isn't wave hands in clouds. Sorry, we're just doing this one. Wave hands over lake. There's too many names. Breath in, breath out. Breath in and out. Really feeling into these movements. Close your eyes if you need to. We're just repeating these, so it's fairly easy. Going at your own pace if you like. And we're going to move into paint a rainbow in the sky. So breath in, hands above the head, breath out. We come to one side. This hand points out this way and this one's pointing down towards the head. Breath in to center. Breath out. Breath in and out. Breath in Breath in. Breath out, pushing down. Taking a breath here. And we're going to go to Sage Presents a Peach. So breath in. This hand comes to just right next to the hip. And this hand comes up. We look at the hand. Breath out, back to center. We move to the other side. Breath in. And out. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. We'll go one more. Breath in. Breath out. And we're going to move into Wind Russell's Lotus Leaves. So breath in. It's this way, this way, this way, isn't it? So it comes, breath in. Sorry. Breath in. We follow it, breath out. Breath in and out. Okay, I've got it now. Breath in. So it's kind of the same as Sage Presents a Peach. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. And one more time, breath in, breath out, breath in, breath out. Taking a breath here. And we're going to squat and scoop down. So breath in, grabbing a little ball. We're going to come up and sit our hands right in front of lower dantian. Let the breath out, sink back. Breath in and out. Breath out, hands come all the way into the belly. They swipe off. They come around. Breath in, breath out. We're just going to rest our hands on lower dantian now. 3 breaths. Breath in, breath out, swipe off, and then we're going to go down for another squat. Squatting down, breath in, hands come up to the sternum. So we're just going to sit at this point, 3 breaths. Breath in, breath out, coming all the way in, swiping off, breath in, breath out. Coming all the way in and just resting right at the sternum, the bottom of the ribs. 3 breaths here. And swiping off, hands come around and we're going down. Breath in, coming all the way up to yin tang at the eyebrow. Breath out, sinking back. Breath in. We're doing 3 breaths here again, and out. In and out. In and out. Pushing all the way in, swiping off, coming around, breath in, breath out, breath in, breath out, and just resting over yin tang, over eyebrows or the forehead. 3 breaths here. Breath out, swipe off, and we're just going to do a little pack the chi, scooping. Breath in, breath out. And now we're going to close down the kwa. Breath in, breath out. This time we're doing yin hands, so they're facing down. Breath in, breath out. And this one we'll do even, so palms facing away. Breath in, breath out. I'm always worried a big one's going to drop. And giving yourselves a little wiggle around. I think that's about time, is it?
Absolutely spot on.
Wow.
Exactly.
Amazing. Great timing, Kristen.